Hi there. My name is Peyton. I just wanted to thank you for coming in today and coming to talk with me. I just wanted to start off by kind of going over a couple of ground rules about the counseling space. I'm not sure if you've been to counseling before or not, but I am held to confidentiality. So everything that we talk about here is completely safe for you to talk about. Unless, of course, we start talking about you wanting to hurt yourself or hurt someone else, then we may have to move into informing someone else, and that will be a conversation that we will have, okay? Um, so, that being said, I understand that you don't really know me and I don't really know you. So, I just want you to know that there's no pressure in you actually sharing anything with me today. But the more that you do share, the more that we can kind of work to figure out something that might help you out, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want to start by telling me a little bit about kind of why you're here, maybe who sent you to see me, things like that?
Oh, my friend, she narked on me. She told my parents that she saw my fresh cuts on my waist. So, of course, they freaked out and they dragged me here. It's not a big deal, really.
Okay, so your parents kind of made you come here after being told about some cutting.
Yeah, my mom, she's like freaked out on me.
Okay, what do you mean when you say freaked out?
She's yelling at me and can't believe that I did that. And it was just a whole scene.
Okay, so maybe some shock from your mom's part. How do you feel about your mom's reaction?
I think she's overreacting. It's just not a big deal, just a few little cuts. I just do it to relieve some stress and take the pain away.
Okay, so I take it that this isn't the first time that you've cut. Is that right?
No, I've been cutting for years.
Okay. What do you mean when you say years? How long is that?
Well, since my parents' divorce.
Okay. When did your parents divorce?
No, about 3 years ago.
Okay. So I'm hearing that maybe the cutting kind of started um, to kind of deal with that extra stress with the divorce and maybe a little bit of you being put in the middle and being unsure of what to do. um does that sound about right?
Yeah, sometimes, but then the girls in my class they're horrible. They're just so mean and I have that constant pressure of trying to be popular and they just talk about me and judge me and it's horrible. I mean, they've gotten a little more mature, but it just yeah, just bouncing between mom and then dad and trying to take care of my brother because they're not paying attention to me and they don't care what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hearing a lot of stress from a lot of different sources, whether that be at school, whether that's at home, some extra responsibility with taking care of your brother, and then maybe some unpredictability and uncertainty about who you're going home to. Is mom going to be there? Am I going to dad's? Stuff like that. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Um, So, when you started cutting around the age of 13 and when your parents started going through their divorce, did you see a mental health professional, a counselor, a therapist, anyone like that?
No, they didn't know about it until just recently. I've been cutting for all this time and they don't pay attention. They didn't notice.
Okay, so your parents just found out about the cutting.
Yeah.
Okay. That would kind of explain a bit of the freak out, I would think, from your mom. So you said that your friend kind of ratted you out and told your mom, I'm assuming, that you were cutting.
No, she told the school counselor and school counselor called my mom.
Oh, okay. Um, is this the first time that your friend found out that you were cutting?
Yeah, she's so two-faced anyway. I mean, she just gossips about me and she's not really supportive. She just has to be better than me all the time.
Okay. Do you have any other friends that you kind of rely on for support?
Yeah, I have a good friend that she's always there for me and she doesn't get involved with all the drama that the other girls create.
Okay. Does this friend know that kind of what's going on at home, that, there's a divorce going on and that you've been um, cutting yourself?
Yeah, I haven't told her I cut myself, but she knows all the stuff that we're going through and she's part of that too. I mean, girls are just mean. They're just ridiculous.
Okay. When you say that they're ridiculous, what does that mean?
They're just all about what they want and looking good and having the right boyfriend and they constantly judge me.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And that can trying to be something you're not to kind of appease some judgment can definitely add to the stress that you're feeling. Um, let's see. Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health conditions or anything like that that you know of?
Yeah, I have ADHD, but that's that doesn't everybody. So my family has depression. My mom has anxiety.
Okay. What is your relationship like with your mom?
Oh, she's so busy trying to start her new life and look pretty and get new guys. It's stupid.
Okay. What's your relationship like with your dad?
Oh, he's good. He likes to listen to me and tends to spend more time with me, but I only get to see him every other weekend.
Oh, okay. So you're primarily at mom's.
Yeah.
Okay. Does dad know that you're cutting?
No.
No. Okay. Is that something that you've maybe considered telling him about or talking to him about?
God, no. I would never tell him that stuff.
Why not?
Cause he would freak out on me too, just like my mom would. It's not a
Okay.
big deal. Just a
Okay.
release of pain a little bit.
Okay. You said you had one younger brother, right?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Mm, he's 13.
Okay. Um, so I'm almost sensing a little bit of a protective factor coming from you towards your brother. Does that sound right?
Well, yeah, he has no one. Mom's so busy trying to find a new boyfriend that she isn't there. She doesn't pay attention. So somebody has to look after him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, let's see. Do you have any current medical conditions or are you taking any medications for anything?
No, just my ADHD meds.
Okay. Do you know what that medication is?
No, I don't pay attention.
Okay.
I just know you're
Um,
not supposed to take them and drink at the same time.
that is true. That's true. When it comes to taking your ADHD meds, are you taking them regularly?
Yeah, when I remember.
You remember? Okay. Any legal history?
Well, I got picked up for open container the other weekend, but you
Okay.
know, cop
So,
busted a party. It was ridiculous.
okay. So, open container, some drinking. How much are you drinking?
Oh, I like to party. I party about every weekend and just yeah.
Okay. Are you just drinking when you go to these parties?
Well, mostly, yeah. Sometimes I take a pull off somebody's vape or something, smoke cannabis every day.
You smoke weed every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Helps me relieve the stress and anxiety and just the pressure.
Okay. Um, so drinking, is that just a weekend type thing, or how often are you drinking?
It's on the weekends. There's usually party every weekend.
Okay. Um, so you said that you're only using these substances to kind of cut back with stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I just worry a lot. I worry about everything and I can't control what my brother does. I can't control what my mom does.
Yeah. Do you feel like, when you're cutting yourself, that that comes back to having a sense of control over something?
Yeah, it's the only way I can let go of that pain. It's what takes that pressure away.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, let's see. Um, so obviously we're talking a little bit about you cutting yourself. Do you have any suicidal thoughts, thoughts about killing yourself or killing someone else?
It's just I think about it every now and then, but I don't want to die. I just cut when it gets too much and I don't really think about it. Uh, yeah. I don't feel
Okay.
like cutting now. Can we just be done? I just want to go home.
We will be done as soon as we can. Um, so you said that you think about killing yourself every once in a while, yeah?
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't want to die. I just cut to release the pain. People don't understand that.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Um, is there anyone that you think would understand that?
You,
Me. Okay. Outside of me, anyone?
maybe my friend.
Okay. Um, so when you say that you occasionally think about killing yourself, how often is that?
It's not very often. It's just thoughts. I know they're just thoughts.
Okay. But you've never had a plan to actually act on any of these thoughts?
No.
No.
Sometimes I just drive really fast though. Sometimes it's just easier to, like what doesn't matter if I die, I die, but
Okay, so kind of putting yourself in risky situations, without care of the outcome.
yeah, nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Okay. Um, what I would like to do is, I'm obviously a little bit concerned about the amount that you're cutting. Can you tell me a little bit more about how often you're cutting?
I don't know, just whenever I feel like it, I don't really think about it. I just do it probably 2, 3 times a week.
Okay. Has that been pretty consistent?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then is it a deeper cut? Is it more superficial?
I just try to hide it. I just messed up and usually I wear tank tops or something and to PE and I forgot it today. That's why my friend found it and yeah, I'm really good at hiding it.
Okay. Um, what are some warning signs that you think you could identify that might lead you to cutting yourself?
I don't know, I do it when it's a really bad day or um when mom's not around and my brother's just being a jerk and trying to help and I just can't ever get him to do his homework like he needs to and yeah, sometimes I
Okay.
just can't fall asleep and so it's just something to do.
Okay. Absolutely. So when we have a bad day, when we're kind of feeling alone, feeling less than, maybe restless, what are some things that you can do to take your mind off of these? Like what are
Drink.
some real? What are some relaxing techniques that are going to positively impact you?
I don't know, sometimes I call my friends and that my one friend, she helps and she listens, and that helps.
Okay. Maybe calling your dad if you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed.
Yeah, I could text him.
Okay. What else could you do?
I don't know, binge watch my show.
Okay. So watching something familiar. Sure. Um, who are we kind of talked about this, but people in places that could provide a distraction when you're feeling the urge to cut.
I guess I'm always at home, but my brother, he's always in his room playing games. So
Okay. Could you maybe go and get your brother and spend time with him?
no, think that would weird and tell me to get out.
Okay. Who else could maybe provide distraction? Your friend? Your dad?
Yeah, I can text my dad, maybe FaceTime him.
Okay. So since you're telling me that you have a little bit of a better relationship with your dad, um, but he also doesn't know about your past behaviors with cutting, I would really like to get him on the phone. I'll give you the choice if you would like to be in there for the conversation or not. Um, but I think that it would be really beneficial for you to have him in the loop and to have him knowing what's going on a little bit more. How do you feel about that?
My mom's gonna freak out again.
Okay.
They don't get along. She'd be mad.
Mhm. But, it sounds like your dad could be a reasonable person to talk to about the way that you're feeling about this.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of that conversation. I just tell him. It's just
Okay.
easier that way.
Okay. So if you're okay with it, I will get him on the phone. Okay. And let him know kind of what's going on. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, are you gonna tell my mom?
I probably should. Um, would you like to be in there for that conversation as well?
Yeah, that way she doesn't freak out on me.
Okay. So I will give your dad a call without you in the room, and then we'll also give your mom a call with you in the room. Sound good?
Okay, I
Okay.
can do
Is
that.
there anything else that we didn't talk about today?
No, I don't think so. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks so much, Catherine. We'll see you next week. Okay.
Thank you.